Good morning, all of you. Myself, Vivek Mani, would like to take the lecture on energy and environment. So, in this lecture, we will see the there are the 5 points, important points, which change the current condition of our Indian sector with respect to the power generation concern. So, there are the 5 points we have to consider, which are responsible to change the Indian power sector, means which are responsible for improving the current situation of the Indian power sector. So the first point is the utilization of clean coal technology. Second point is the updation or the renovation of the existing thermal power station. Third one is the development of natural grid technology. Then there is a necessary to invest the funds in renewable energy. The last one point is the utilization of the FACTS devices scheme in the power generation, transmission, as well as the distribution sector. So let us start the discussion about the clean coal technology. So when we consider the clean coal technology, which can be utilized since from the 1980 year, and it will be used or utilized up to year 2030. So let we see what is meant by the clean coal technology. This clean coal technology helps the significant reduction in the environmental emissions of the toxic gases during the power generation. The toxic gases in the form of SO2, NO2 and the CO2. SO2 means sulfur dioxide, NO2 means nitrogen dioxide, and the CO2 you obviously know that the carbon dioxide. So to minimize the environmental emission means the nothing but the discharge of the टॉक्सिक गॅसेस, विषारी जो गॅसेस असतात तिचं असणारं जे प्रोडक्शन होत असते ड्युरिंग द पॉवर जनरेशन ते रिड्यूस करते द क्लीन कोल टेक्नॉलॉजी. ओके, सो दिस टेक्नॉलॉजी मे बी युटिलाइज्ड in new as well as the existing plants. So it can be used effectively for reducing such emission at the time of the coal fire. Okay, so as I already said that by utilizing such technologies which is are having very effective in manner which reduces the SO2 NO2 emission, also they liberate or they discharge the lower amount of the CO2 per unit of the power production. The next point, the clean coal technology means CCT. It is the short form of that. CCT can be used to reduce the dependence on the oil based electric production, because the oil which can imports from the foreign countries and to make the independence, self dependence, we can say, to our Indian sector. There is necessary to utilize the clean coal technology, and such clean coal technologies will also promote to utilize the coal which is available in our country in plenty amount. So this is the factor we have to consider, and this is nothing but the benefit which is given by the clean coal technology. The next point in that is such a technology provides the proper blending, means the mixing of the various types of the various grade, we can say, of the raw coal to the utility boiler. Means such a technology provides the proper mixing. If there is a improper mixing of the various grades of the raw coal, then there is a production of the toxic gases emission. So to avoiding these, to minimize such type of the demerit, the coal technology provides the proper blending as well as the mixing of that raw coal. So this approach, means the approach towards the clean coal technology, is very useful in case of the multiple grade of coal available in different part of our country. So there are the different parts in our country which which having the multiple grades of the coal. So by utilization of such type of the multiple grade coals, we can generate the electricity power well in manner. Also, the Ministry of Environment and the Forest notified that the use or the utilize of the raw or the blended coal with an ash content should not more than 34 percentage with respect to the weight basis. Means there is allowance of utilization of the ash up to 34% into the raw coal. Then next point is the Central Pollution Control Board has established the committee. The committee members which are coming from the state level, which are coming from the national level, as well as the worldwide, the members coming from the overall world, and which carry out the cost benefit analysis, which is useful for the proper planning about the coal technology, which improves the coal quality for the energy production purpose. Okay, this is nothing but the brief information regarding the clean coal technology. The next point is the renovation or the updation, we can say, of the existing thermal power station. It is well known that there is a continuous deterioration, means the destruction, we can say, into the performance of the thermal power station with respect to its design life, which had been observed during the year 1980s. So this is another one part to renovate or to update the existing thermal power plant. So with respect to that, the renovation as well as the modernization schemes were held by the Indian government and executed for improving the performance of the existing thermal power station. And as a result of that, in phase 1, there is a 163 units of the 34 thermal power station were covered. And as a result of the R&M scheme, R&M scheme means the renovation as well as the modernization schemes, which is held by the Indian government, which achieved 10,000 million units of additional generation has been done by that concern per annum against the target of 7,000 million units. So, with respect to the renovation as well as the updation of the existing thermal power plant, in the phase number 1, which is held by the Indian government, has given the positive result. And with respect to that result, which is achieved into the phase number 1, the R&M phase number 2 program is presently under progress. So, in this lecture, we cover the various scenarios, various the points concerned with respect to power generation purpose into Indian sector. Okay, but mostly electricity board as well as other generating agencies are facing financial crisis to carry out the R&M activities. So therefore, this area has been taken on the priority by the Indian government to arrange the financial assistance as they required. Also, the 2 points we have to consider into the renovation as well as the updation of the existing thermal power station is that the fuel conversion efficiency, if we use the 100% fuel, then only 30% fuel can be used for the generation of the power, which was considered in old or existing thermal power stations. Means the fuel conversion efficiency of the existing thermal power station is on an average around the 30%, but for the new thermal power plant there should be at least 38% fuel conversion efficiency can be allowed. So this is nothing but one point we have to consider, that in old as well as the existing thermal power station, there was allowance to generate the power by using the in terms of the fuel conversion efficiency is around 30%, but for the new thermal power plants it is nothing but minimum criteria is that it should be at least 38% the fuel conversion efficiency. Below that it is not yet allowed by the Indian government. So these are some factors we have to consider under the renovation as well as the updation of the existing thermal power station. The next point is the development of the national grids. As there is a important concern for the generation of the power, also there is also another one important concern is that the how to supply the power from the generating station to the distribution network. So the transmission as well as the supply segment has a major role, or the important role we can say, in achieving the uniform supply of the power from the generating station to the distribution network. So it can be achieved by developing the national grid network throughout the country. In past, we can say in past year the transmission planning was focused or was concentrated on the setting or the establishing of the transmission system. Means there was the huge execution were held and get concentrated for the establishment of the transmission system. But with respect to the current scenario of Indian, we can say the Indian current Indian scenario, that the transmission sector started to move towards the integrated system planning. So this is the new concept we have to consider here, integrated system planning, because the generation capacity are distributed uneven manner in different regions of the country. So the current requirement, or the nothing but the current scenario of the Indian sector is that we have to move towards the integrated system planning for the transmission means supply purpose of the power from the generating station to the distribution network. Thus, integrated system planning has turned out to be a good option for that. For that, in central sector means Madhya Bharataमध्ये, the Central Transmission Utility is known as the Power Grid Corporation of India, which is having the shortcut name as a PGCIL, is totally responsible for the national and the regional transmission planning. And while the state sector have the separate state transmission utility,